We're building Undertale in Minecraft on a giant scale. Last episode, we recreated Metaton's stage area with a whole village behind it, and today we're going to Waterfall, which is great because thanks to the Minecraft 1.20 update, we've got a whole bunch of swamp blocks to work with. Now, the room that we're recreating today is the giant cave that Undyne chases us in, which means we've got a lot of building to do if the giant stone pillars is anything to show for the scale of this room. But before we jump into building, we need a palette that fits this room. Now thankfully, while trying to figure out the palette for last video's cave, we ended up accidentally creating the palette for today's waterfall cave. If you look at this, you can see our little palette test. As you can see, it's got all the funky detailing, got all the roots of trees branching out into the cave, got leaves dangling from the ceiling, even got some mushrooms, because you know, you don't have waterfall without mushrooms. Got a little pond test down here. I'm not entirely sure why that's there, but you know, hey, I won't judge. But yeah, take off night vision. You can see what the build looks like when it's lit up. Now obviously it's going to be a bigger cave, so it's not going to look quite as bright as this, because some patches will be darker than others. But you know, this is the rough concept, and hopefully we are going to be building something like this. Just very giant. Now, the room that we're actually going to be building in has already been mapped out, you know, the bridge room and stuff. The bridge is designed, albeit slightly ruined. But yeah, the room has been planned out, but you see there's one small problem with this room. We don't like it. So all these giant walls, all the detailing, all that, we're gonna take it down and remap it all and redesign it. I think the only thing that's gonna remain is this bridge, and even then, over here might get redesigned as well. So, if we're gonna be doing all that in one video, how about we start the first time-lapse, where we build all the cave walls and stuff, and then we can talk about detailing. 3, 2, 1. Alright, after a bunch of terraforming, doing all the deep slate, I had a realization. The Undertale anniversary was approaching up in a couple weeks, which means we could technically release another world download with the waterfall update, which would be a really great send-off to the 8th anniversary and also capping off at exactly a year since the last one. So I told the chat about this, and me, Ashton and Squid were like, wow, that's a terrible idea. Let's do it. So we decided we're going to fully detail this room, and that also means we're going to have to finish the Napstablook area and the Undyne house area, all in the one cavern, because that is the connecting area from the room we're working on right now and the marsh. We can't release a waterfall update and have all the rooms separated, that would be far too convenient. So me and Ashton got to work, we started doing a bunch of terraforming, a bunch of detailing to finish up the room that we were working on. And then Squid was going to use his great mapping abilities and map out this whole room, so by the time that we moved on, we could fully detail this room with no bother. And after hours of work, me and Ashton has finally finished our terraforming. We're ready to move on to the other room and terraform that one as well, and then fully detail them all. Except there's one catch. Squid, while we were building, just went AFK. And, you know, that wasn't a problem. We were just going to assume, oh, he'll just, you know, log on later and finish up the mapping then. He decided to not finish this room because we told him to go to the mapping in the other room. Because, you know, We can easily terraform, but it's the mapping that generally gets me in Ashton. So he went AFK. And then left the country. Which means not only did he leave us with a bunch of stuff unfinished on his side of the room, but he went AFK and didn't map out the area that we needed him to do before the anniversary. And I've got a bunch of college work and it's in a week! You know, I'm not mad at all. No, why would I be mad? You know, he just went on holiday, that's it. You know, it's not like he went AFK after promising he's gonna map out the other room and then just went AFK and left the fuck. To put it simply, the terraforming has been finished. Now all we gotta do for the room is detail all this stuff. It's a giant cavern right now, and it does look pretty cool, but unless there's mud or lighting or mushrooms, yeah, the cave is pretty boring on its own. So how about we don't waste any time and jump into the detailing time lapse, because there's not really much to showcase here, it's just a bunch of caves. So 3, 2, 1... Why did I say that differently every time? At long last, we have finished the room. I have noticed a lot of the detail was done without recording it because detailing time lapses don't look good. Fun fact, it never works out and it's just never worth it. So there's all the detailing of placing like the dirt and stuff, but after that, we kind of just started doing a bunch of stuff. And this is the result. But yeah, look, I don't have words. Oh my gosh, I've even detailed most of Squid's side aside from the ceiling. I think this part of Waterfall is probably my favourite over the marsh. I think the marsh, it's more creative, but this one feels like a cave. I know a lot of people like the other one, but as someone who's built the other cave, I can only see it as diamond blocks and copper and prismarine. So yeah, I like the vibe of this one much more. And a cool idea that someone had was to put mushrooms on the walls, which I feel really tie the walls together with the rest of the detailing, otherwise it looks pretty barren. It still does, but it's less bad. It's got such... I love the layout of it. I love the archways. I love the way it's just got branches sticking out the walls. I don't know, it's just so... It's so cozy. But yeah, I don't think there's much more to say here, so I'm just gonna end the video. I'll see you on the Napstablook video.